Hello all, back again for the week of May 11th. This is for my elementary class, so my eldest group, ages 6 and up. We're going to do a watercolor bird, and I just realized this looking at the camera. It kind of matches my shirt. I have some bluebirds on there and stuff. That's kind of cool. Anyway, so this is all watercolor actually, and it's going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to challenge you a little bit this week and our last week of school, which is going to be next week's project. A little bit of a challenge for you, but a lot of fun, and they turn out really super pretty. So here's what you need for this, not too much. You're going to need a watercolor paper, a sheet of watercolor paper, and I have watercolors, and I have a paper towel, my water of course, and a large and small brush like we've been using. And you might want a pencil for this, okay? If it helps, you can do it freehand, meaning without drawing it first if you want. That's what I did with this one, but certainly you don't have to. All right, so let's look at this for a minute. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to just kind of lightly sketch the outline of our bird. And it's almost centered in the middle of the paper, isn't it? So that's what we're going to do first. So I'm going to go ahead and let's take this and see if I can do it on my hand. I'm not sure, I'll try. But the head is right about here. It goes kind of slightly starts to go up, up, and then down a little bit, doesn't it? Down, down, down. We're going to have a branch over here. This is going to come down, and there's a little beak. Okay? And then actually, we're going to make his tummy right here. Okay? So you've got your little bird shape. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is draw my branch. Okay? So here's my branch. You can make it look like it's kind of got little ridges in it like that. Just like that. Okay, that's all I'm going to draw on here. Well, actually I'll add a little tail for you too. Sorry about that. So let's just put some little lines where we think our tail's going to be. Okay, so your tail's on there also. Alright. So, with that said, you got the bird on there. Now we're going to start to add the watercolor to it. I didn't do anything on the background. We're going to leave the background empty on this one, believe it or not, okay? We're going to start working on our bird. I took my bigger brush for this, and I'm going to grab some darker color blue, and I'm going to go right here on the outside line, and put it on the tail, just like that. This has a lot of the blue color. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash that off and just leave a little bit of water on my brush and just put it on the edge of that blue and thin it out a little bit. Okay? Now, I'm trying to be very careful, but I'm holding it up like this so it might start to drip. But you should be painting yours on a flat surface just like that. So that way you don't have any of the drips that I'm going to get working with mine. I'm going to put mine down here just for a second and put some of this blue. Just fill it in the face. If I did it standing up the other way, it might drip. I'm going to rub it with my finger a little bit. So I added a little blue to the face, okay? And then I want to pick up some of this orangey red. And that's what I'm going to put in the tummy right there. Okay? And add some of that to my bird's belly. And I can even get a little water on my finger. Look how cool this is. And then just rub the edge of it just a little bit. That's sort of pretty, isn't it? Just kind of fill in the tummy a little bit, just like that. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to get a little bit of black and put it on this beak right here. So I'm going to use that smaller brush. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. I'm switching to the smaller brush. And I'm going to pick up some black and I'm going to fill in the beak. And then I'm going to put a little bit of black where I want for his eye. Okay. I might want to put a little bit more black on the eye and the beak, but I'm going to leave it for right now because I want it to dry. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to pull that color around, and that won't look very pretty, would it? Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I want to paint inside of my branch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some black and some brown watercolor. So black and brown, I'm mixing them together to make that brown a little bit darker. And then I'm going to go ahead and start painting inside my branch. Just like that. Oop, I need a little bit more water on my brush. Now, you should really take your time and go slow with this project. It looks a lot better if you don't do it super fast, okay? But I can guarantee you'll probably, excuse me, you're going to really like this one. They turn out so pretty when you take your time. Remember, I tell you this is not a race. I always tell you it's not a race. Take your time and do a nice job. Okay. So there's my branch. Now, we want to have all these little branches just coming off our bigger branch, don't we? And then we're going to add some little berries and some greenery on there too for the leaves. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going with that same color, but now I'm going to start pulling it up to make these other little branches off. So I've got one that comes up here. And you can just kind of add these wherever you want them. You don't have to do it exactly like mine. It is just so hard to like try and copy it. In fact, I'm not going to make this one exactly like the other one too, because that would just make me cuckoo. I can't do that. So I'm going to put them in the similar area as to where this one is, but I'm not going to worry myself to make it exactly the same, because that just is not going to happen. Just not going to happen. Keep adding. Now I'm just going to keep adding my branches. Think about where you might want a little berry or something, and then just going to add some branches there and make it look special. Okay. I got another one right here. Okay. And I just kind of might keep one fill in some of my branch too if it's starting to look like it's a little too light. And the good thing about doing this too, I'm adding these little branches, and then we're going to put some of the greenery and the berries on. And we can always add more branches. If you've added this stuff and then you feel like, oh, it just looks too empty to me, you can just add some more, which is really cool. So as you can see, I'm just using my small brush and just pulling it down and adding some little branches off of my larger branches, where I can add my green and berries. So cool. So you can see it's coming along. And there's another one down here. Okay. And that one's got some other branches coming off of it. Okay. Just pull these branches. Oh, it's starting to come along. Okay. Let's see, do we want any more branches here? Got that one going that way. Maybe another one over here. Maybe we'll make this one look like it's coming from behind our bird. That'd be pretty. There. So I think I have enough branches pretty much on here now. So what I'm going to do is, well, it looks like I can get some more black over this because the other one dried. So if I add a little bit more black, it's going to get a little darker and it's going to look a little bit nicer. Can make some lines around the eye, just like that. Okay, it's coming along. I like it. Looks good. You can even go back and add a little bit of dark blue. So that's a little bit of black with my blue. There was some like right here. Now, I'm going to put a little water on it and rub it just a little bit. Kind of play with the colors. It's nice to layer and go back and look at it after it's dried, and you can add a little bit more colors. It always looks nicer that way when you go back and put some more on after it dried. See? That looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, so the next step is I'm going to add those green parts the little green leaf areas to my tree. So I think I've taken a little bit of black with some green. Okay, and I'm going to just tap that on wherever I think I want some of that green. Ooh, that's too dark, isn't it? So that's okay. I'm going to just lighten it up. And just kind of tap some of that on, and you can even rub it with a clean finger. Okay, don't use a finger that's got paint all over it or something, because that won't look very nice. Okay, and we're going to add some more color to this as well. So I'm just going to go around right now, and I'm going to add some green. So I'm going to set mine down. You can be working on yours. And I'm just going to tap and rub a little green on the places where I want there to be green. And then we will add some more colors. I think it's shaping up well, coming along. This looks pretty. Making a bird on branch. I wonder if you guys are all outside at all, enjoying some of the nice spring weather and looking to see if you can find any birds in a bird's nests. That would be fun. Like I've told you kiddos before, I have an owl that lives in the creek area behind my house. So sometimes I can hear it out there, and I've seen it perch on the edge of my fence once or twice. And that was pretty cool. Sometimes it calls to the other owls that are in the area, and you can actually hear them. It is really a neat thing. Okay. I've almost got all the green on, and then we're going to put another color on top some of the areas, okay? And it's going to look pretty. I will show you that in just a minute as soon as I finish getting this green on for you. Almost there. Okay. So now I've got all my green where I want it. The next step I'm going to do is this honey kind of color in here. It's pretty. It's a little bit of a honey color. Can you see? And I'm going to take that, and now I'm just going to go over some of these and just brush a little bit on, tap a little bit on, give it a little bit. There you go. So it kind of looks like the sunlight is hitting some of those leaves in the tree. I like that. So kind of on the tops, just here and there. There. So you just tap a little bit of that around. See how that brightens it up nicely? Okay. So we're moving on to one of our last steps, and that is we're going to add some berries now to ours. That's going to be fun. So now I'm going to use that same small brush. So I'm going to wash it and then get some water and get my red, and now just start adding little circles wherever you want your berries to be, okay? So I'm just going to go around and add berries. And I'm just going to keep putting them here and there wherever you feel like you want a berry. Some can be on the ends of branches, and some can just be kind of sitting in the greenery a little bit. Looks like the bird's waiting there to eat some berries. That's nice. Try and do this as quickly as I can to show you, but you're just going to keep going around and adding your berries wherever you want a berry on your branches. Okay. Not sure how fast I can do this for you, but I shall try. But remember, take your time. You should not be going as fast as I'm going. The only reason I do this a little quicker is so that I can show you what the finished project's going to be looking like without taking too long. But this should take you a good bit of time to do yours. Okay? Don't rush it. And when you do one side, you do it all, and then you can go back over and look and see where you might want to add more berries. Again, it's your preference where you put them. Made a giant berry, apparently. That's okay. Got me a giant berry for some reason. All right. Almost there, I think. We may want to add a couple bigger ones so it doesn't look so strange now with my giant berry. There you go. And there you have it. Our little bird, a little bluebird sitting in the tree. Gonna eat some berries. I had a lot of fun doing that one. Hopefully you guys enjoy it too. And if you don't want to do a bluebird, you can change the color of your bird and make it whatever you want to have fun with it. So thanks for joining me this week. And next week is the last week of school. We will see you then. Have a good day. Bye.